if it wasn't for Gensler, we would have Goldman and Citibank and Millennium and, Bridgewater. We'd have big players from TradeFi very much engaged in this space. I'd be getting calls from bankers saying, oh, these guys want to buy you. Right now, there are no TradeFi buyers of crypto businesses. Maybe of custody because they'll put it into their skunk works for the future of tokenization. And that's solely because of fear of the Fed and the SEC. And so I think that I think that's 2025. Quite frankly, I think we got to get through the election and we got to get a new head of the SEC. I just don't think Gensler's going to bend.
Today, we have Galaxy Digital CEO Mike Novogratz giving us an update on the crypto market, the Bitcoin ETF, and why BlackRock is playing a much bigger role in 2024 than any other institutional investor. Novogratz believes that the coming bull run will be unlike anything we've seen in recent history. The SEC's imminent approval of the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF application is signaling a massive surge of capital about to come into the space. Bitcoin is currently sitting just above $41,800, up over $4,700 just in the last 30 days. We've seen many rapid cryptocurrency price rises in the last few weeks, and no doubt investors are eagerly anticipating at least one ETF approval, which will bring massive capital pouring into crypto. Novogratz points out that just 1% of BlackRock's portfolio will open this floodgate to the tune of hundreds of billions of dollars in institutional capital. When this happens, he says we'll witness a 400% increase in Bitcoin alone, targeting a $150,000 price in just 6 months' time. The Bitcoin halving coincides with the timeline for this price, so we could see the biggest crypto surge yet in just a matter of months. Let's get right into the latest interview with Mike Novogratz, as he gives us his crypto price predictions and timeline for Bitcoin and what we can expect in the days and weeks ahead.
The day Larry Fink went on TV and gave the bullish Bitcoin story, I had a lot more confidence the ETF would happen. I said that the largest asset manager in the world has just credentialized our asset class. And I told him, I was like, dude, we've won. It's game over. Put your phone away, turn your screen off. You luckily don't have a 420-person business to manage with a big cost base and lots of moving parts and people's, careers, to worry about. You just have a giant pile of corn, and it's going to be worth a whole lot more in a year. And so stop calling me so. He laughed, and of course he called me 2 times the next day as well. But I really believe that. That was a game changer. It's been the biggest thing that's happened in our space all year. Praise be to the guys at Orange Pill Larry. I know who they are, but I'm sworn to secrecy. And I think it's real. I was just on with another giant asset manager about an hour ago, and he was just doing the math of, the 1% allocation globally with no supply, where prices could go. And it got me literally, I've always wanted to go out and buy 50,000 calls. There is a scenario of a parabolic move. Normally, we're at a place on the chart that we're supposed to be taking some profit, right? You bought it cheap or you bought options and whatnot. 42, 44, 45, it should pause. But man, oh man, it doesn't trade like that. It trades like, God, it's still, I've been really watching MicroStrategy versus Bitcoin, right? MicroStrategy trades at about a 21, 22% premium to Bitcoin. We know an ETF's coming. Why should an ETF proxy trade at a 20% premium to Bitcoin? Should. You would assume when the ETF comes, that spread will go down. Michael Saylor last month sold $700 million or $650 million of MicroStrategy stock to buy Bitcoin at the premium. So he's doing trades that are accretive to book. What's shocking is he did that and the spread didn't move. And he's doing another $750 this month and the spread's not moving. It tells you just how much pent-up demand in the equity markets there is for crypto product. Marathon is trading, $16 a share. I think that's about 4 times book. It might even be higher than. But to put that in perspective, Galaxy trades at 1.2 times book. The U.S. equity market, Marathon is a stock that people want to play crypto through because there's no other place to play it. And so there is a ton of pent-up demand because, again, a mining stock is an okay proxy for Bitcoin-ish. I like Fred Thiel a lot. They've got okay assets. They're not great assets. You know, I'm in the mining business as well. And it makes me scratch my head just how well these stocks trade. And so it makes me pretty damn bullish over the next 12 months.
Embracing an unyielding enthusiasm for the crypto realm, Novogratz confidently predicts that explosive growth is looming on the horizon, as BlackRock and many other crypto giants are doing just that. Novogratz reassures that a long-expected surge awaits, leading up to the highly anticipated 2024 halving event for Bitcoin.
I went to the Fed in 2014 with Dan Moorhead. Me and Dan we met with Bill Dudley, who was, I don't think he was the Fed governor at the time. He was the number 2 guy. Maybe he was the governor. I believe Lil Brainerd was there. But a bunch of staffers to talk about Bitcoin. And they said something that has stayed in my mind. They were like, Bitcoin can never be a currency. They were like, we're fascinated with the blockchain. We're fascinated with these rails to move things on. And maybe it can be an asset, but currencies, there's never been a successful currency with a fixed supply. They're just too easily to manipulate and squeeze. And you have too much volatility. And that was their belief. And I think they're right. I don't think Bitcoin will ever be a currency that we buy Pepsi Cola with. And, you know, listen, it started off, people bought illicit shit with it, but no one's buying stuff with Bitcoin. As much as people will talk Lightning and other things, yeah, you might use the infrastructure, but you're not going to use Bitcoin as a transaction currency.
No.
Because there's just no supply.
And it goes up.
Yes. And I was thinking about crypto today. You know, one of the things I got really wrong is I used to say, there are 114 elements on the periodic table. Gold is the only one that has value just because it does. And the rest all need utility. And I thought Bitcoin could have value as just a store of value. And Ethereum and everything else needed real utility. And where I was wrong is all of these other cryptos in some way are a form of Bitcoin at this point. And that this ETF and these new inflows are buying time for any utility that we'll see in the future to get built. But the reality is most of the value right now in Solana or Ethereum or Doge or you name it, Celestia, is store of value. It's a community of people that have decided to store their money in this system, and they realize, wow, if I bring more people into the system, the price goes up, and I believe in this community and the structure. And I'm really nervous about the other world because I don't understand it, or I think I got screwed by it, or it's just not as cool. And so we're all store of value at this point. There will be utility one day, I hope, right? Real utility. There'll be apps I can use to buy tickets or transfer stuff. But reality is Web3 has disappointed so far, right? In terms of the big utility gains. I do believe they're coming. And so other than payments, and most of that's with stable coins. And so we're really a narrative game, a storyteller's game. We're going to shift in crypto from being just a storyteller's game to a plumber's game, building the financial market and the regulatory infrastructure to really kind of change the way finance gets done. But none of that's happened yet, right? With the exception of stablecoins, right? People use Tether on Tron to move money around the Mideast and Africa and lots of places. You know, shout out to Justin Sun, who's just coining it. You know, and again, that's even interesting because the idea originally was, oh my gosh, you need these decentralized systems that are fast and secure. And with Tron, you have something that's quasi-centralized, right? Justin runs most of the nodes, but it's fast and cheap. And for small payments, people don't care. They trust
that's right. Because it's not a store of value. It's a transfer mechanism.
Yeah. And so I think it's interesting. We got a little bit religious on how we thought about these systems. And in reality, they're all communities, they're store of value that communities seem to care about.
As we stand on the precipice of fall 2023, merely a month away, the crypto market is poised for a meteoric surge in prices. He illustrates Bitcoin's current undervaluation, drawing in investors and enticing speculators eager to ride the waves of September's price fluctuations in pursuit of profits. Novogratz's outlook is fueled by the impending wave of mass adoption, which he believes presents an unparalleled opportunity to get in on the action. He sees the race toward a six-figure price target set to unfold in just under a year. What's more, he highlights the intriguing historical pattern of Bitcoin's value surging 10x with each halving event, hinting that 2024 could catapult Bitcoin from $10,000 to an unbelievable $100,000. What do you think about Mike Novogratz's prediction for Bitcoin, the crypto market cap, as well as the institutional capital pouring into the space? Comment down below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more content just like this. We'll see you in the next video.